So why do I bring up Roquan Smith? He is the Bears linebacker. Roquan Smith returned to practice last Saturday, participating for the first time since his, quote, holdout or hold in or whatever they call it. He has agreed to play out his contract before hitting free agency in March. Smith is guaranteed $9.7 million this season on his fifth-year option, wanted a long-term deal. When negotiations didn't go as he wanted, Smith asked for a trade. Quote, "I thought the process was very distasteful, to say the least," Smith said of Saturday via video from the organization. It wasn't what I anticipated nor what I expected from the situation. Now I'm just shifting my focus to the season and be the best teammate I can be to the guys in the locker room. It's the last year of my deal. I'm going to take it and run with it and bet on myself. Negotiations are over right now. Now, it needs to be noted that Roquan Smith does not have an agent, and I will circle back to that as to why that's important moving forward for why he was in such a stalemate. Since he didn't have an agent, his negotiating was obviously done on his own behalf. He said the sides didn't get close, which prompted him to obviously rip the general manager in a public letter back on the, I'll just say beginning of August. "I see myself at a number. They see me at a different number. We couldn't agree. We can agree to disagree, but hey, I would never accept a bad deal like I pretty much have already said. I would never accept a deal that I don't feel like is worth what I'm worth. It wasn't a number that I needed nor that I wanted." Smith has 524 tackles, 43 tackles for loss, 14 sacks, 17 quarterback hits, 17 pass breakups, and 5 interceptions in 4 seasons. Now, based off of those stats, because I know some people that follow this show or follow podcasts or anything in sports are big on your stats. So that's very, very well received, and he's a great player. But the problem is, and like I said, I'm going to circle back to the not having an agent part. So, and this is where it gets real tricky. So if you're watching this, you're going to see NFL requiring players to have an agent. Well, they're not required, and you don't have to have an agent. But that's where it gets real fucking weird, because the issue becomes the one key word, and that's tampering. So you can represent yourself, but teams can't contact you because that's tampering. So they go through the agent, and the agents are the ones that do all the behind closed door stuff. You know, we talk here, we do all this stuff. Well, how do you do that? How do you negotiate for yourself when teams can't contact you because you don't have an agent? Like, what does that look like? Does he have to get, like, his mom, his dad? Does he have to get his friends? Somebody to, like, send a message? Does he have to get approval from the Bears organization? Say, look, if they can't contact me because that's tampering, but I need to be able to let them know that this is okay. And I'm pretty sure that there's a written rule that as long as the organization that has your contract writes off on it and approves it, then I think it's allowed that you can then interview with other teams. But it's a weird loophole, weird, like, gray area trying to figure out how that works for individuals that don't have an agent. And the reason, you got to imagine, the reason he doesn't have an agent is because you think about it, oh, well, I got to pay him X amount of percent to do this, and then I got to pay over here, and I got to pay here, I got to do this, I got to do that. It's like, this guy's just trying to save his money. Now, I understand you're getting paid millions and millions of dollars. To me, I'd be like, dude, I don't care. You think I want to negotiate my own stuff? I do not. But that's me being middle class, talking about somebody in the upper class with millions of dollars. But hey, to each their own, and the kid's just trying to make sure he's not losing out on his money in a terrible way.